In art history, we do not use artificial intelligence tools to write our assignment. Why is this? So in this module, we have a zero tolerance policy on the use of artificial intelligence or AI tools. So what does this mean? It means if you are caught using AI tools to write your assignment, you will get a 0 for the assignment, and you will not have another opportunity to submit the assignment for grading. We have tools that we can use to make sure that you do not use AI. One of them is Turnitin. And for some of your assignments, you will be required to use Turnitin. If you do not complete the end user agreement for Turnitin or opt out of Turnitin, you will also get a 0. So you need to make sure that you go through all the steps explained to you when submitting your assignments. So just so that we are clear what we are talking about, so examples of AI platforms that students use to do their assignments are ChatGPT, Grok, Claude, or Gemini. There are others as well, but these are the most common ones. These are mostly large language models, which means that they are text-based, and you are not allowed to use them at any stage during your assignment writing. So what is the big deal? Why are you not allowed to use these large language models? So this is because the aim of art history is not only to teach you facts and information about art, but also to learn skills such as how to find and evaluate credible quality information, how to develop critical thinking skills. So we want you to learn to look at examples of art and to look at various writings of philosophers and theorists, and then to make your own decisions about what you see and read. In order to do this, you need to develop critical thinking skills. If you use AI to write your assignment, you are bypassing the critical thinking part. Then we also want you to learn to express your ideas in writing. This is very important and an essential part of the subject of art history. So we want to see that you've looked at the artworks and the readings, and that you can express what you've learned in your own words in writing. We also want you to come to your own conclusions, and the study material is set up in such a way that you will be assisted to do this. But it's so much quicker to finish an assignment with AI, you say. Yes, that is true, but AI can answer a question, but it cannot grow your brain or express your unique humanity. Writing is brain building. It develops your capacity to reason, analyze, and solve problems. And this is a skill that you're going to need later in life in your career. Writing is thinking. It lets us work through ideas, make sense of information, and discover what you actually believe. As you write, you work out whether your ideas are functional or not. Sometimes when you write something down, you can quickly see that your argument is falling flat, and then you need to think again. The last one is writing is uniquely human. It allows us to share our perspectives and what it means to be alive. Here are some other reasons not to use AI. The first one is AI companies are not ethical. And I have a quote there for you by the CEO of OpenAI. And for those of you who don't know, ChatGPT is a product of OpenAI. And Sam Altman says AI will probably most likely lead to the end of the world. But in the meantime, there will be great companies. Then the second one, it is bad for the environment. AI uses a lot of water. For every single line question or prompt that you put into ChatGPT, the machine needs 500 milliliters of water. So that means every time you ask AI a silly question, you are wasting water that people should have access for drinking. And we know that we are living in a water scarce country, and the world is also becoming more water scarce. So we need to think about the environment. When we use AI, we need to use it very carefully and only where it's really needed. In this course, it's not only not needed, but it's also not allowed. So please do not destroy the environment for nothing, because you will be wasting water to get a 0. The other thing is AI is biased. This means that AI is programmed in a certain way. It uses an algorithm that helps it to calculate the answers that it gives to you. So the answers that comes out of AI is not necessarily correct, but it's based on a way of reasoning that has been programmed by the companies that made the AI. So you will find that some AI platforms, such as Grok, is more right-wing leaning, and other AI, such as ChatGPT, is more centrist. So it depends on who programmed the AI and how they programmed it, which information the program will throw out to you. Okay, so some of them will be biased against certain races, some of them will be biased against certain genders, and you should know that when you use AI. The last one is there are dangers for your privacy. So we've all seen this trend on social media where everyone gives ChatGPT a prompt. You have to tell it everything about you, and it makes this cute little picture of you that is like a self-portrait. So what I find fascinating is that most people do not think about or are concerned about the amount of private information you are giving a very unethical technology company. You are telling this AI where you live, what your hobbies are, what your age is, and also you are uploading your likeness, which is highly sensitive biometric data, onto the internet. And then your face and all your information essentially becomes part of the data set that is used to train AI. Are you okay with this? I know that I'm not. The same goes for when you use AI to do your assignments. This tells AI a lot about you, what you are doing, what you're busy with, what you're interested in. So we need to think very carefully about our privacy, not only on social media, but also when we're using AI platforms. Then for me, there are other reasons which are very personal, which I feel makes it important for us to really do the work ourselves. Depression does not come from effort or even failure. It comes from meaninglessness or meaningless work. When struggle disappears, so does satisfaction. When effort disappears, so does pride. Students, we need to take pride in our work. And if we have made no effort, there will be no pride. So let us not become more machine-like, but discover what it means to be human. And as a conclusion, I read to you this poem by Joseph Fasano, entitled For a Student Who Used AI to Write a Paper. Now, I let it fall back in the grasses. I hear you. I know. This life is hard now. I know your days are precious on this earth. But what are you trying to be free of? The living, the miraculous task of it? Love is for the ones who love the work. Students, let us love the work. Let us learn. Let us grow. And let us find interest and inspiration in the world of art. Thank you.